Hey guys, welcome back to MythicMagician YouTube channel. Today we are going to play Inscryption Kaycee's mod again, and today I'm going to show you another trick that you can do using the bone deck. Okay, so maybe when you see my cards here right now, you'll be confused like where is the bone deck, since what I have here is the black goat starter deck, where it was given to you a black goat, moose, buck, and also a mole. And here I'll also take the field mice and the Lammergeier in the first step of the map. But what I want to say here now is because in this tutorial I'm going to focus more on the bones here, so I will focus more on, especially on this Lammergeier 1/2 bones attack. Okay, so we use the black goat later on to sacrifice to the bone lord so that we can get more bones in the start of every battle. But the first step to basically make this bone deck good is to transfer the sigil of the field mice to the mole. Okay, let's do that first. So I'm going to just do some battles here and there, and I'll skip to the part where I will be transferring the field mice sigil to the mole. Okay, see you in a few seconds. Let's continue. So here I've already got like some more cards. I got one other mole, and also an alpha here. So since it's a bone deck, it would be very wise for us to choose like the card which costs us bones. So here in the transfer sigil step, I'm going to do what I said before. So I'm going to transfer the field mice sigil into the mole. I've already upgraded the mole here. I think I will just take this mole. Yep. So there you go. Now the mole have the Fidelity sigil. So hopefully in this battle we can demonstrate like how to use this deck, this bone deck. So since we want to focus on bones. Okay, first of all, in the first draw we didn't get the field mice, so let's just skip for now. Hopefully this time we got a good mole. Okay, no, we didn't get a good mole. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I don't think I will survive if I don't use. Okay, so maybe first of all we're just going to grab the flying ant so that on the next turn we won't die. Yep, yeah, I think that's good. And also I think we need to spawn something here so that we don't die. Okay, I think I'm going to spawn the Lammergeier here, just so we don't die. Okay, on the next turn. Okay. So supposedly our last card here will be the mole that have the Vicinity sigil. Okay, so now we're going to spawn the mole here, and there you go. Since we have the Vicinity sigil on the mole and it only requires one blood, basically we're going to repeat the whole process here. We're gonna sacrifice the mole again and spawn the mole and get the mole in our hand, and then sacrifice the mole, spawn the mole, and get the mole in our hand. The point of doing this is to get as many bones as we can. Okay, so by doing this process we are making the Lammergeier attack adds on like one by one, since the Lammergeier attack is half of the bones that we have, right? So by doing basically we can just stack the bones there like that, I think I'm going to go through this process like for a bit, so I'll just fast forward this. Okay, so I'm back here, and now the Lammergeier's attack is already 20, so I think it's enough. I mean, we're going to tip the scale anyway, so that's the point of the trick, the main trick of this deck. So basically we can get tons of bones using the mole with the Fecundity Sigil here, because using those tricks we can basically stack bones, and after we stack our bones, we either summon the Lammergeier here and attack like with a very high attack power. And on the other hand, if we didn't get the Lammergeier, we can also still spawn like all the other cards that requires bone as a sacrifice, since, as I've mentioned before, that we have a lot of bones, so basically we don't have to be afraid to, well, spend bones on our cards. So here I'm just going to attack, and there you go, we dealt like 20 damage on the scales, and we get very much excessive gold team. So basically that's okay. When the map spawn, the bones still hasn't gone out of screen yet. So that's basically the point of this deck. That's done, the video's done, but of course I will give you some more tips, so I'll just gather some more cards to give you some other tips that you can do in this deck. Okay, see you in a few seconds. Okay, before we go any further, I want to tell you like one prerequisite of using this deck, because as you have seen before, we can basically use the Fecundity Sigil on the mole to sacrifice the mole again and again, but there is one condition that we can use this trick, is that you should play the Inscryption Kaycee mod on the version 0.27. I also have done another video that I will link on the top right. It also uses this almost the same trick, but the Fecundity Sigil is put on, not on the mole but on the Warren. Be sure to check that video out because it's kind of cool. So this Fecundity Sigil is nerfed on the newer version of the Kaycee mod, so be sure, if you want to use this trick, that you play the Inscryption Kaycee mod on version 0.27. Okay, now let's go back to exploring some other tricks that you can use on this deck. I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so I'm back, and since this deck will be also focusing not only on the Lammergeier card but also all the bone cards. So here I take the alpha, I have two alphas here and also a wolverine here. So remember that those bones that you can get from the mole can also be used on these cards. And another tip that I want to give you is, if you get to the Bone Lord deck where you can sacrifice a card, please sacrifice your black gold, because when you sacrifice the black gold to the Bone Lord like this, then the Bone Lord here will be deeply satisfied by your sacrifice, and it will give you the, I don't know what card is that, but basically what that card does is, when you're in game, see, you in the start of the battle, you will be given directly 8 bones to spare. So basically you can directly summon the alpha here if you don't get the Lammergeier card. Okay, so that's one tip. I will be back in a few seconds for another trick. Okay, so now before I give you any tips, let's now test this deck, how this deck performs in a boss battle. So here I'm going to battle the Trapper. Hopefully we can defeat the Trapper using this deck. Okay, we got a lot of bones. Okay, and we get also amalgam. Okay, I think we can defeat the trapper. Yeah, I think we can defeat the trapper. But first of all, let's summon the Wolverine here. Then let's summon the amalgam. So I got this amalgam from another boss before. So let's just try to test how this deck performs first. Okay, let's take the. Okay, we got the Raven too. Yeah, we didn't die yet, so we will not die yet. Okay, our amalgam. Oh, because I have the totem, the amalgam goes back to my hand. Okay, now what should I do? I think I'll just take the squirrel card here. Yeah, we will not die yet next turn, so let's just defeat that strange frog on the left. Okay, very hard, very hard. I don't know what to do. Okay, to prevent us from dying, I think first of all we have to summon the amalgam here. But of course, if you don't have the amalgam card, you can always use like other bone cards because we have so many bones. But I'm just using this amalgam card because I got it in my hand. Okay, we're gonna kill the. Yeah, I think. Wait a minute. Yep, I think we're still gonna survive. So we're going to kill the Raven, and then the strange frog is going to attack us once. So let's just take the left card. Hopefully, okay, we got them all. Then we can spam the bones on the next turn. Okay, let's just take one squirrel here and summon the mole to kill the strange frog. And our mole is gonna die. Okay, I think I'm going to take the right card to summon another mole, but it's okay. Just to, because we're facing the trapper here, so we want to get as many wolf pelt as we can. The mole's gonna die there, and that mole is also gonna die. Okay, let's take the left card here. Okay, we have the Lammergeier there. So basically later on this boss fight is going to be easy. So let's just make the amalgam kill the trapper because I have an alpha. And okay, now since we have a lot of wolf pelt in our hand, we don't have to be afraid. So let's just take all the front cards. And oh, I still have another one for the back card. I think I'm gonna take the Wild Bull. And since now we're going to summon the Lammergeier, I think we need to take the right card. Yep. So let's just spam first the mole. Where's our mole? No, I don't really think we need to spam the mole. Yeah, just to tip the scale by 5. Then I'm going to spam the mole a little bit. Okay, so now let's just summon the alpha so that we can summon the Lammergeier. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. We summoned the Lammergeier. using the bones that we stack using the mole, and the Lammergeier have 15 attack because it's half of the bones that we own now. And there you go. That's how you defeat a boss with this deck. It becomes very easy. Okay, so I'll be back in a few seconds to show you some more tip that you need in this deck. Okay, so this will be the last few tips that I'm going to give you. So just remember, when using this, you're using this deck, don't rely too much on the Lammergeier. You should also take the cards that cost you bones, because since we have already sacrificed one black goat, so basically any card that any card that requires bone sacrifice that we get on our first hand, we can summon it, because we have already 8 bones in our first turn. So just search for cards with bones as the cost. Like here I always get the alpha, I don't know why, on this game. And also try to search for cards with that can support your other bone cards, like the Direwolf Papier with the Bone Digger Sigil. Okay, so the other thing that you want to remember in using this deck is try to keep your deck thin as possible, since we want to maximize the attack with the Lammergeier. So we want to like have the Lammergeier card and also the mole card in our hand as soon as possible. So make sure that you don't have too many cards, so that the chance of getting these 2 cards in your hand would be too low. The other thing that I want to tell you is that if you can't get the Lammergeier card and the mole card in your hand as soon as possible, then be sure to take the Magpie Lens on your back. Be sure to take that. And also the other alternative is you can have the Magpie card, so that when you play the Magpie card, you can take either the mole and the Lammergeier in your hand. And also the other thing that I want to say is when keeping your deck as thin as possible, be sure to try to not take cards. Like when you can choose whether to sacrifice your card or to take another card, then just sacrifice your card so that your deck is thin. I also have talked about this on my other video on when I did a tutorial for the Mantis deck and also some other decks. Be sure to check it out. I will put it on the top right and also on the link down below. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please hit the like button, and then consider subscribing to this channel and click the bell button if you want to see more tutorial for starter decks in Inscryption Kaycee mod. Thank you for your time.